Okay, everybody, what's up? Welcome to my second Lucha Underground review. So I'm gonna give you my quick summary of this. Phew. We get highlights from last week's show, everything that went down, what happened, the build-ups for this week's tonight show, and immediately after that we get our first match, which featured Cage against Johnny Mundo in a steel cage for one of the ancient Aztec medallions. This match was a really good freaking match, man. I enjoyed every fucking bit of it. I like the Spanish fly that Johnny Mundo did on the turnbuckle. I like the moonlight drive that he did to Cage on the turnbuckle. I don't know if it's really moonlight drive that it's called, but I think I heard something like that. I think I heard Vampiro say call it Moonlight Drive, but I'm not pretty really sure. Moonlight Drive is where he holds his head and then he like spins. It's a really fucking awesome move, by the way. I liked Cage's released suplex and his released power bomb. Of course, there were chops involved and clotheslines involved in this match. But while they were fighting, we got Taya. We saw that Taya was climbing the cage with the candlesticks, and of course gives it to Johnny Mundo. Of course, you know Taya was gonna be involved as well. Yeah, but she climbs the cage and gives Johnny Mundo the candlesticks. Of course, Johnny Mundo give him a few shots with the candlesticks. After that, Cage gets a hold of the sticks and then gives him a few shots with it and then breaks it. Cage tried to finish the match by doing his finisher, which is called Weapon X, but Johnny Mundo managed to escape it, and the way he escaped it was by transitioning, actually countering. He countered it by doing a sunset flip. Then, not long after that, we saw Taya yet again climbing the steel cage, but this time with a steel chair, and gives it to Johnny Mundo. Of course, Johnny Mundo hits Brian Cage. I also confuse these two Johnny Cage. Like I have too much Mortal Kombat in my head, so sorry. But Cage, he hits Cage on the head with a steel chair. So while Brian Cage was out, then Johnny goes on top of the steel cage and does a corkscrew, but of course Cage moves away. And after that, Taya again climbs the steel cage, but this time she jumps onto Cage, which makes Johnny and Taya, of course, working together and fighting him together now that Taya is in the ring as well. Then we got to see that Taya had like handcuffs on her leg. It was tied, I think. Yeah, it was tied or glued or something, but it was on her leg. Then she pulls them out. As Johnny Mundo and Taya try to handcuff Cage to the steel cage, um, Cage then kicks Johnny Mundo off away, so he ends up handcuffing Taya instead. The match ended by Cage doing a pile drive to Johnny Mundo on the steel chair. I think it was a pile drive. I don't know, but it was in a form of a pile drive. I think so. I'm just gonna go with pile drive. Okay, so that makes Cage the winner of one of the ancient Aztec medallion, which makes him the third person who got to win one. The match was 18 minutes, which was enough time for these two to do their thing. Enough time. So that was the first match. It was really freaking good. It could have been better though. I expected blood because in my last video I said there was definitely going to be blood, but there wasn't, which is fine. It doesn't always have to be, but the match was just good, and that is what is important. So there you have your first match. The second match was um, a four-way tag team. It was it was a four-way elimination match, tag team elimination match for the trios titles. But before the match started, Director then came out to address that Angelico had an accident, so he won't be competing tonight. But the match still goes on, which means Son of Havoc and Evil still had to go on do the match without him. But the wrestlers involved in this match, the groups were Phoenix, Jack Evan, and PJ Black against the team of Cortez Castros, Mr. Cisco, and Joey Ryan against the team of Prince Puma, Dragon Azteca Jr., and Rey Mysterio Jr. against Son of Evil and Evil East. This match definitely stole the fucking show. Definitely stole the fucking show. Everything was so good. All the moves were done so fucking good, so correctly. Nothing was botched. Nothing was bad. Everything was fast paced. Everybody did their thing. This match was just fucking entertainment at its best. Pro wrestling at its finest. This is everything a wrestler would want to see and like. So that was the second match. There are only two matches though, because the four-way, of course, took most of the time because that means a lot of people, so it had to be given a lot more time. But Cisco got eliminated by Evil East. Then Evil East got eliminated by Jack Evans. But the winners of this match were Rey Mysterio, Prince Puma, and Dragon Azteca Jr. So they are your new Trios champions, which is interesting. I don't know how long Rey Mysterio is gonna be in this company, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna last a very long, at least a long amount of time. But that was the second match. That was a fucking good match. If you haven't seen it, you gotta fucking watch it, man. But after that, the we get a scene where Vampiro and Pentagon Jr. Pentagon Jr. was seen on a wheelchair because apparently he can't walk. I'm guessing because of the beating he had gotten from a few weeks ago. But so as Vampiro repeatedly tells Pentagon to get up, he can because he's just injured. He can't get up. And then Vampiro grabs a candle and pours candle wax onto his face, like literally onto his face, and then yells yet again to get up, but he just can't get up, and then he tries to get up, but Pentagon then falls on the floor instead. And then Vampiro said something to him. I couldn't really understand what he said though, but he said something to him, and that is pretty much how the show ended, with Vampiro lying on the ground like he's dead or something. But we'll have to see what happens next. So that's another interesting story. To see how this whole thing will go out and turn out to be. What will happen to Pentagon Jr.? How will he be now? Will it be a different type of Pentagon Jr.? Will he be even more violent? Will he even be more brutal? Never know, so we're gonna have to wait and see. But yes, of course, overall, this is another good fucking show because Lucha Underground always fucking delivers. Ever since their first fucking season, ever since they debuted, I can't name one show that was bad. Maybe a few that were boring, but by boring I mean a few matches that were sloppy or slow paced, but not that the matches were bad. So technically there wasn't a single bad match in Lucha Underground so far. So that's about it. If you've watched this video all the way till the end, thank you very much. If you've liked my reaction, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to, that way you know when I have uploaded another video. See you next week. As you can see, it's a really short video because there were like only two matches, not a lot was going on. This was just straight up non-stop action, which is good. I like that because I don't always like a lot of talking when it comes to pro wrestling. Keep it to a minimum. So see you next week.